Hi friends, and welcome back to Playing Tribute to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we are going to start on the very last case of the game, Turnabout Succession. As the last case of the game, this is the culminating case where everything comes together, and that makes it exciting, at the very least. So, let's jump on in, shall we? And that is the whole truth of this case. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of the story. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. Hey, Apollo! Look! On TV! Look, look! Yeah, I'm kinda busy. Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grammar-Eye, alright. Amazing! Apollo, you should be watching this! Ow, ow, ow! What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lammeror disappeared. That's right, Uncle Valen did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now. I was just getting to the good part. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gaviniers concert was. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary Troupe Grammar-Eye is performing for the first time in 7 years. That's going to be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too. The legendary Grammar-Eyes? If Tracy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles. I've got the tickets and everything! Here's yours, Apollo. Ah, you're here, working hard or hardly working? Or was it supposed to be, you are here? Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger! Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. Haha, how goes it, Tracy? Here, I got a present for you. Yay! Pudding! I love pudding! Ooh, it's farm fresh. And not just 1 pudding, but 3 whole cups! I'll have to pace myself. While I'm beat. That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission. You've got to take it easy with the secrets, you know. How right you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is. Maybe this time. It's something to do with you, anyway. With me? Ooh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission, too. Maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy! Can I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the jurist system, yes? The jurist system? That's right. The new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Maybe. Maybe not as many people were talking about this, I thought. The jurist system, huh? So, Daddy, what is this jurist system thing? Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling it the new system the jurist system. No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. And there will only be 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo! Your findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the course a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Starring Dr. Wright. Haha. Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and Mascot Apollo. The perfect team. Mascot? Hey! So, what's this secret mission? The juror system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kinda like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad. Am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the juror system simulated court committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurors' candidates, even the judge in the courtroom. Wow! It's like you have a real job. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it is the first run through of a new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking! No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all. By simple, did you mean that the defendant is guilty? Yes, most likely. So good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had to be something to do with you. Go for it, Apollo! It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filled. There's no turning back now. Trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Oh, yes. There was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night. Okay, wait, what? I thought... Wait. I'm so confused. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do! I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes. Of course, this is just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, isn't it? There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Oh, mine. Committee chair, remember. Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good! That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo. If I'm in charge of the whole trial, That means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad. Whoa, serious mode. Look at that face. We haven't seen that one yet. Just do what you can. And don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. Well, time's a-wasting. Well, let's talk about Valent first. Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission, but what about this? The Troop Gremorai Grand Magic Show? Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks. They're not card tricks! They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse, so what? It's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum, let's go today! We can say hi to Uncle Valent. Have fun. What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. We'll hear all about it tomorrow regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me. Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum. I suppose it would kill me to hop over there. Gremorai, that reminds me. What's this, Daddy? Isn't that Silk Hat the Gremorai seal? Consider it a birthday present, Druzy. Thanks, it's great! But today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is today, Apollo? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present. Yippee! So it's plastic. I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it? Can I open it, Daddy? No. Whoa, serious mode again. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. An envelope about the Gremorais, huh? Well then, where to first? Detention Center or Sunshine Coliseum? Let's go to the Detention Center first. This seems more serious. It's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes! Maybe I should complain? I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us. You know the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, "Oh, waiter," and they're standing right behind you? Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Eek! Where'd you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silence that builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Druzy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right, okay. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat! Eek! She passed out! This magic underwear might have been a better bet. That's magic panties, Apollo. Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo. Nah, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. So, what's your name? Right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo Justice. And I'm Druzy Wright. I know. It's getting nowhere fast. Yeah, I know, maybe you can tell us what happened? I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Well, the other day, the tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions. Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. But I think I understand despair a little better now. You did good, Apollo. But, look, she's doing your nails. What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. This is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school. Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo. It's a business card with a name and address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew's studio. And you're giving me this card because... Well, we've got a name anyway. Well, looks like we're finished here. I wonder if Drew's studio is the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. Oh, this looks like... It looks like a studio. It's like life imitating art. Or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the crown there, it's a bit jarring. Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene. Apollo, look at all those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay, I'm just looking. Huh? Apollo, look at this one. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. All those paintings have a really different style, too. Ah! I thought I might find you two here. Emma! Long time no see! Well, it seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow. I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? We don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham. Misham. And his daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Poisoning? Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackoos. Can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around. Which means we'd better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Why is that one hidden back here? Hey! There's a painting hidden back here. Hey, you're right. What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it? He certainly seemed pleased by the possibility. It's so normal. It's hardly something to get mad about. What is it, Apollo? Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. I'd better get a professional opinion on this. Imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use. Guests? Did the police already analyze this cup too? Not a trace of poison was found on that cup. So the killer was after Drew Misham alone. That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this. Let's take a look at The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Measham would put his letters in there, and the postman took them away. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age. Or wrote, rather. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils. You know how they're so thick? Is that the word? These paintings are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are. Yeah, and what's going on with this half-finished one? Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below. That's what's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts. I noticed. That is weird. Eek! Apollo! That's where the body was! That's the spot where Mr. Drew Measham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow! A true artist to the end! Or maybe he started it a year ago and was procrastinating. Alright, let's talk. So this, Drew Measham was some kind of artist? Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans, too, for what it's worth. Oh, well, I guess the stuff is kind of pretty. Like that old oil painting over there, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Measham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he put in the letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Not Mr. Measham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know? In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect, please. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Measham's and Vera's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Measham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. Happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? But first tell us about the defendant. So this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Measham's daughter, right? Yep. A real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm? Apparently she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? Why can't I ever get a normal client? But why would the shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So about the poison, it was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. And just so happened that he died the night of his first interview. At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died. She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Measham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Oh, Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. There's another side to this room. Also, apparently I didn't... There it is, okay. I was like, I thought that I was examining the mugs together, but I was apparently only examining one of them. Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Aha, so the poison was here. This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee. I would hope so. Poison coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself. I'm officially not on your side, after all. Let's take a closer look at the desk. This envelope has been opened and resealed. Ooh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts as it opens. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right, looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark on the letter is from 7 years ago. Why would someone open a letter, then seal it again? I better hang on to this. Look at all this evidence I'm getting. Hey, Apollo, what's the feather thingy? Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen? It doesn't have a pointy end. That was most likely for sweeping the detritus off the desk. Detritus? Detritus. Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific. That's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? Something about the way the figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See, you're making one of your flamboyant gestures. Please, I am a professional. I don't know why it's posed like that. Coincidence? It's the objection finger. So this is Drew and Misham. And this little girl must be Vera. Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close. Happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She doesn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Uh-huh, right. Is this a journal? Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new. He didn't write a single line. Ah, had me going there for a while. Ooh, cute! Look at the tiny frame, Apollo. Tiny is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that? None, apparently. It's empty. There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on the desk? This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames. What's all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood, too. Those equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio. Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin. This is a crime scene, Trucy. But these cost like $50 at the magic shop. Let's see. Apollo, look! It's been opened once here. You're right. I wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside. Should I try to get it open and then stick it back shut? Let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? I've got a better idea. Emma! Let's ask her! Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably... better ask Emma. Okay, well, then... Can I... Forensic science, sure, that works. I bet Emma could help us out here. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do, scientifically? Ah, you know me too well. Okay. Okay, meaning we can get scientific now? Oh, I suppose, just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Gotta get on her good side. Alright, this was weird. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. That! Yes, well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. Pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science! I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So, what kind of scientific stuff were you up to? This spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug. That's right. See? It wasn't on the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing! It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere. Certainly worth talking to her a bit more. About poison analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, the solution used to test for atroquinine. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown. That's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray the stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please? You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay! Let's give it a whirl, Apollo. Ow! What are you doing? I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you. How is this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous. Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand. Let's just get down to the checking for the real poison, shall we? Ooh. Let's just spray everywhere. Well, we know it's on the mug. I don't understand. Too bad. No reaction there. I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second. What is it, Apollo? Did you spray that little desk over there? I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know? Let's check it out, just to be sure. Apollo? Ah! Where? The inside of that cute little frame, look! Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic. Never mind that I was the one who found it. Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. We have a few things to present to you, man. We have this that we just found. Okay, well, alright, fine. And then we have this. Emma, about this. Oh, that! Yes, why, that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I've read it after all. Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open? Ha, please, I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon at my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but it's a good device. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found? I was wondering if you could help us out with the tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So basically it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right, you're sharp, Trucy. But there's a bit more complicated than that. In practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead. Point that thing at me anymore, and it might all fall out. Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here. You set the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? You've got to set to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn the dial there from here, would you? It's doing it. I'm not doing it. That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something! See? That's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that the sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see the paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down to thin layers so that it can only show what's written on that layer. Not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. The image? You mean rub the screen? Oh, now I get to do it. There! That fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can run this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it! We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. I think it says try again. How much does it want from me? I think it's pretty clear what it says. Okay, let's print this one out. Does this mean I have to buy another one to win? Well, it's Emma's ticket. Let her buy another one. It's okay, there's no need. See, this is the true hidden power of the weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? Okay, let's print this one out. Searcher mission must deposit $100,000 in the designated account. Please send receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Meesham's account? These paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do! If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read all of it. Here goes the second page then. Is this the second page, or is the second page further down? No, okay, it's doing that for me. Alright. Because realistically, I should have had it all there. Okay, let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Why all the secrecy, though? And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it has some special significance to him? Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping a mum about it. So, Emma, I was wondering... What's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Brushel. Brushel? He's after his group to sell the papers. So a reporter comes in for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, then that leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valiant Grammari by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valiant Grammari. Looks like I'll be heading out for the Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. Aren't I not supposed to talk to anyone that has to do with this case? Also, I wanted to present her a suspicious thing. Oh, Emma, I was wondering about this painting here. Ah! That one? What about it? Oh, what about it? Yeah, what about it, Apollo? Take a closer look at it, both of you. Now look at this one. This is the third painting that he was working on. Hey, they're the same! I was hoping you wouldn't find that. You're right, though. Drew Meesham was copying this painting. Wow, it's pretty good. Copying a painting? What for? No? Nothing? Can we talk about the weirdness of this painting, then? Emma, about this painting. Oh, that? Quite good, isn't it? And that's not what I wanted to ask you about. You want to examine it, is that it? I'd be happy to let you if you had a good reason. But without that, sorry. She wants us to do a little footwork on our own first. But I do have good reason. It looks like this other painting. Fine. Let's go talk to a magician. And possibly a reporter. Ha! The Grammari balloon is new. And poster. Woohoo! This is it, Apollo! The place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valiant. What about the case? Only a reformer laughs like that. The young Miss Trucy! How often I hope we meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream. Uncle Valent, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. Of course you are! Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how does today find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you. Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show. Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as I shall perform. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. The world will watch in wonderment as Magnifie's illusions are reborn. Here on stage, by my hand. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that Grimrai Miracle is back after a 7-year absence? Miss Trucy, I must apologize. The show and this honor should have been his. Daddy. My co-magician in training, Zek Grammarai. If that terrible thing hadn't. It's okay. Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valent Grammarai, would have been proud to stand upon the stage as his assistant. Thanks, Uncle Valent. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnifie's illusions again. Really is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent Magnifie Grammarai, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies and sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory was a bit embellished. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Grammarai Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you? If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years? It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land? I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnifie's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more. 7 years? That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? And why was that? A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy. Can you tell us about these performance rights? Magnifie's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe. Magnifie knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person. You mean him? Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zek Grammarai was the inheritor of the Grammarai miracle. Daddy? Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago. I think I see where this story is going. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years. Oh. Yes, Miss Trucy, though it pains me to say it. This past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifie passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnifie himself. Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing. Permanently. Daddy? I got a ticket. Ah, ha 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 ha. A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me. No thanks. Are all magicians like this? Apollo, what was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. Your written signature says, And the signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it? Isn't it enough if you can read your own? Never thought of it that way. Should we show him this? Wait up. I was wondering if you could tell me about this. Aha! Why, that bears the Grammar seal. Uncle Valent, is something wrong? Trucy, where did you get this? He, doesn't look great. Daddy gave it to me. Your daddy? My partner's that No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright. Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit. The signature upon the back. Do you recognize it? It belongs to none other than Zack Grammari. What? Daddy signed this? Might it be so bold as to open it? I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What is in this envelope, I wonder? I'm gonna go. I did have some, but the reporter. Oh, the reporter. Wait, business card. So a journalist was here on a story? All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper. His name was Brushel. Brushel. I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it. Brushel, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles, yes. Could you tell us more about him? What did he want? A man by that name called on me just now. Just now? Valent's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valent's feet step always forward. That's all. That's all very confusing. I am to perform a big magic show, yes? I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had ears only for that incident. That incident? In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died, what of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Grammari. Uncle Valent, do you know where the reporter went? I recommended he visit that place popular with penalized perpetrators. The detention center. He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? Sure. He would tear apart my respectability, I will tear apart him! Ooh, here comes Apollo, Uncle Valent's big magic trick. Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic. What happened to the big magic? Is it not more miraculous for it to stay ripped? I must have really not liked that journalist. Now the time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations. By your leave, Miss Trucy. Thanks, Uncle Valent. 3 days from now, make ready for a miracle. What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valent react like that to this envelope? I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit. Sup, Phoenix? I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all. Looks like someone's already meeting here. Maybe that reporter? Hey there, how you doing? Who might you be? Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey. You're Justice, you! You know me? Do I know you? Of course I know you. Stares down witnesses on stand till they spill beans. End quote. That's not true! What's he writing? Are you a reporter by any chance? Who? You! You're Trucy! Am I famous? Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties. End quote. Hey, that's not true! Just hold on to your breeches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So guard, I think I know what's going on here. Guarding rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with him. Did you come here to interview the guard? Oh, what a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy. End quote. Huh. I should have guessed. Where's my manners? Name's Brushel. Spark Brushel. I'm not picky. Journalist just closes eyes, writes. End quote. What's that nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins? Until you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem, madness. End quote. I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. This guy. So, Mr. Brushel, you're a journalist? Ah, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record here. Yes? I'm the interviewer. You understand, yeah? I'm the one asking the questions here. End quote. Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies? Well, I think he probably does. Exactly! I knew you'd understand. Huh? So, the night of the murder, you were at Drew Studio? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. Yes? I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Journalist always buys one-way tickets, never looks back. End quote. I can understand that philosophy, but you want to know one thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly! See? It's the same thing! What is... So you went to do a story on Drew Measham, and he'd never had a story done about him before? That's right! Look, let me say one thing for the record here. What? I'm sure you're going to want to know about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why do the interview in the first place? Well, yes. Look, it's like... Oh, I've got it. Say there's this burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think the burger guy's going to tell me where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Exactly! See, that's what I'm talking about. I think I may have actually understood that one. Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers. End quote. Right. Guess we'll leave then. Nah, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw, just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us, just for the heck of it. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on a trip and wandered through the burger place with amazing ketchup. When an article in a tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery, end quote. I believe it was. An oil painting? Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down a river. Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach. Journalists can smell scoop better than burgers. End quote. Alright, let me get on the record here. Yes? I know what you're going to say. Brushel, take this. Write brilliant column. End quote. I don't think so. Look, buddy, I write brilliant columns about one thing, and that's food. Try to understand. What could he possibly be writing? You didn't listen to a word I said. Okay. That's important. Well, I was gonna say I might be able to come back and tell Emma that it's important. Well, how'd it go? Find anything out? Actually, there was one thing I wanted to check out with you. What's with that scary face you're making? What's the thing I know something about I'm not telling face you've got going, Emma? Wait. Making sure that there's not a talk thing first. Okay. Because I always do this. I trip up with weird things. This painting came from behind that dresser. Yeah, so? It was stolen, no? I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out. Do you think you could tell us a bit about this? Suppose that's what you think. Drew Misham was a forger. A forger? There we go. So what exactly is a forger? Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes? Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise, you can't tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them? The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as the real article. It's a crime, of course. So Drew Misham was a criminal? I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries. To supplement his work in illustration, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place. What do you mean? When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue. So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage. But not in the case of forgery, not necessarily anyway. You know what the finished product is going to look like after all. Oh yeah, I guess you would. That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under the paint of this the finished pieces. I get it now. Not that I really needed to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings is already half finished anyway. Still, it'd be neat to see Mr. Misham's rough sketches. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True. That would be interesting. And maybe valuable for our case. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery will get you everywhere, they say. Maybe I should ask Emma to help us out. Hey, Emma. Wanna look at this? I kind of wanted to see the rough sketch under this painting. And I was wondering if your tool there might do the trick? Oh, fine, fine. Just this time, though. Let's check it out! Oh, I was just gonna go with this one. Because it was the one that was already showing. Okay, let's bring this one out. What the heck? Wow, he really blows. The finished painting isn't anything like the rough. Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted for the rough. What do you mean? Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. Composition? In other words, the traces of charcoal between the paint and the canvas. So you could tell there had been a rough sketch. But not what it looked like. Ah, I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting. Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely, then do a completely new painting on top of that. So Mr. Misham was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over them. Possibly. Is there a problem with that? Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself is kind of odd. You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo. Think we could check out one of the other paintings? Well, sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you? This is fun. Alright, let's do the first one. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let's print this one out. This one too. What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden. You think I could just look at the last of these? Fine by me, knock yourself out. Okay, let's print this one out. Well, that one's a little less undeniable. Or more undeniable. Double negatives. That was a little more undeniable. What the heck is all this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. Are you sure your device isn't leaking some kind of strange radiation? Trucy, look at these 3 sketches. Do you notice anything? There! Now you're both white as sheets. What's going on? These sketches are of the 3 cases I worked on. What? The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club? The dead man pulling the noodle stand? And then the events that transpired during the Gaviniers' concert. What could it mean? How could he have painted those things? And why? That's what I want to know. Wait, is Drew Measham your father? Give me a break. Does that seem even remotely possible to you? I had never even heard of any Drew Measham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But there were my cases, drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just who was this Drew Measham? What did he have to do with me? That's fun. Welcome to the final case of the game, where mysteries abound and things culminate. So clearly as that, because, I mean, all 3 of the cases have just been shown there, so, you know, culmination. This is an interesting episode, and we have that whole thing going on with Phoenix Wright's jurist system test thing, so that's also something to keep in mind, that will be forgotten probably as you go along, because I always forget about that. But yeah, welcome to the end of the Apollo Justice game. We will continue next time. I will talk to you guys then.